Chuck. C-H-U-C-K, Chuck.
Good morning in Halstead. Good morning in Hillsboro, home of the Burros. Thank you for making KFGO number one in the morning, number one all day long. The KFGO Morning Crew, Doug Leier, Amistadi, getting your Thursday set for you.
Yeah, and every Thursday around 7:40, we have free computer help for you. Chuck Zjedlik of Computers A to Z is kind enough to join us for Talking Technology, and he takes your questions. You can call in right now to our Laney's KFGO studio line, 237-5948, 1-800-880-5346, or text in your questions to 35270.
Hey, good morning, Chuck. How you doing?
Good morning. Pretty good.
Good to have you on board here. We're going to put you to work again, Chuck, and we're starting off with somebody left their laptop in their car overnight. Can they take it in, plug it in, and power up? Talk to us, Chuck. We need some help.
When they bring it in, make sure they let it sit and warm up to room temperature before they plug it in. Otherwise, it could short out if there's condensation when you bring it in from sitting outside all night.
Now, you know people. I mean, they might hear your suggestion. They might realize that you are the expert. They should follow your advice. But we also know people are always kind of looking for maybe a way to, well, how should I say, expedite the process. Could they put the stove on low and put it in the stove to help it start warming up at like 200 degrees, Chuck? They always want to try to find
or a
ways.
Hair dryer, right?
What your thoughts, Chuck?
None of them will work. You could try the microwave, I guess. No.
That's Doug's way to roll is the microwave.
Hey, you know what, Chuck? Speaking of legitimate question, because I've got these, they're like an earbud that I'm supposed to use for like my Zoom meetings. So there's a microphone in it. They go into my ears, but they're like magnetized. So like they can stick together. Is there a danger with magnets on computers? Because I found them stuck to my, like to my hard drive computer. The magnets were stuck on there. So are magnets a problem for computers, Chuck?
The stronger magnets could cause problems, but the weaker ones and the headphones and that shouldn't bother the computer at all.
Back in the day here in the radio biz, we would use a magnet to erase, well, it looked like an 8-track tape. That's how you would actually erase it. So if you had a big magnet, could that potentially erase like files and stuff on your computer?
It could cause problems with it, right?
Interesting. Chuck Zjedlik is here, Computers A to Z. It's Talking Technology. If you guys have any questions for him, call the KFGO Laney studio line, 237-5948, 1-800-880-5346, or you can text in your questions to 35270.
Another message coming in, Chuck. My screen is frozen. I don't think it means like it's frosted over frozen. What should I do? Should I just turn off my monitor? Should I turn off my computer? What do we do, Chuck?
You can try hitting Control-Alt-Delete and see if anything pop up on the screen. See if you can get the task manager, then shut down that way. If that doesn't work, then you'd have to hold the power button in 4 or 5 seconds to turn it off.
When somebody does a Control-Alt-Delete, so I'm just going to do this, my computer isn't froze. I hit Control-Alt-Delete. They get like a couple options. Lock this computer, switch the user, log off, change password, start task manager. Which one do we click on?
The task manager.
Okay, then after you hit task manager, then what do they do if their computer screen is freezing up?
If there's whatever program they're in, you can see if that program is listed, like if you're in Chrome or whatever, or Google.
Sure.
Just highlight it and hit End Task, and that'll close out the program.
Okay, I can do that right now. Adobe Flash Player, click on that, then hit End Task. Okay.
Yep. Then that would close out the program.
Chuck, do better computers work better? I'm asking that because I just have a cheap laptop that I bought for in my office just for doing some basic stuff, and I think I paid $350, $400 for it, which I think is a cheap laptop. If you buy more expensive laptops, do they actually work better? Are they faster? What's the story?
Yeah, most of the time they'll have a higher-end CPU, which will run everything faster. Then they could have more RAM in them than a solid-state drive, where some of the cheaper laptops might have the low-end CPUs than the lower or the old mechanical hard drives in them.
Yeah, and what Doug was referring to when the screen locks up and stuff, I was having that trouble yesterday, and I was gone all last week, so I didn't fire up that computer. And it seems like when it rests for a while longer, it has all sorts of issues, and then it wasn't working right. I had to do a hard shutdown, blah, 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 kind of went through a bunch of different things. And then finally, when I was fighting with it all day long, it was the end of the day, and I was shutting it down. It needed a bunch of upgrades. Can that kind of make things go wonky too then?
Yeah, because if you have the computer off for a few days, if Microsoft had an update, once you fire it back up, it'll run the updates in the background. So,
Chuck, why aren't you calling me when you know these updates are coming up? Head off some issues. Chuck Zjedlik, Computers A to Z, here on the KFGO Morning Crew. He joins us every Thursday at 7:40 for Talking Technology. If you guys have any questions for him, text them in to 35270. You can call the KFGO Laney studio lines, 237-5948, 1-800-880-5346. Somebody is wondering about browsing history. Should they be clearing it? If so, how often, Chuck?
You can clear it however you want. It's up to the individual. So,
should you do it though? I mean, like say you've been searching and searching. You've got like 6 months worth of stuff in your browsing history. Should you clear it out?
Yeah, you can go in and clear it out. It'll speed up the browser some, but yeah, it's all up to the individual. Because with it in history, if you go to that site again, it'll get there a little bit quicker. That's
okay. So if you do that, Chuck, if you clear your browsing history, are you going to lose all your passwords that have been, automatically saved?
No, all the passwords will stay there.
What? Oh, I've been avoiding clearing my history too because I thought, I don't want to, clear all my passwords for this and that, especially when I was gone on vacation and you come back and then you're trying to figure out all your passwords. Oh, yeah, so those will stay.
There's a separate checkbox to clear the passwords and that. So
there'll be like a pop-up window or something that'll say, do you want to clear your passwords on there? And you should avoid that then, or what?
Yeah, there'll be like 4 or 5 options of different checkboxes you can check. So
sometimes you'll get a window too, like a pop-up window that'll say, and I noticed it here on one of our programs here at work, if you're having issues with whatever you're trying to do, clear your browser or cache. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's the browser history, yep.
So what causes it to have some issues then?
It's just within the browser, if there's some corruption or something wrong, then if you clear it, then you can update your browser too to clear up any problems with the browser. Should fix the browser if it's having problems going to sites. Yeah,
because sometimes you can't do something once in a while. I noticed, for instance, if we're adding like a story on our webpage, sometimes you just can't do it or whatever, and at that point is when you need to clear your browser. But I don't know. That's above a pay grade level of mine, Chuck. I still don't understand it, but I'm going to take your word for it, okay?
Okay.
Hey, and we're going to be chatting with you next Wednesday at 7:40 instead, and we'll give you a heads up on that. But the Cares for Kids Radiothon is next Thursday and Friday, so we figured we'd slide Chuck to Wednesday. That way you can get some more questions in. And if somebody wants to come visit you over there, Computers A to Z, Family Fair, 13th Avenue in West Fargo. Also, what's your phone number, Chuck?
701-532-1020.
All right, somebody just sent in another question, but they're going to have to wait. I'll text them your number there, Chuck, and they can give you a holler over there. I know Chuck is very receptive, and he loves answering your questions, whether it's on the air here or if you get your questions in after outside our window. He's also receptive over there at Computers A to Z. Again, they're located off 13th Avenue in the Family Fair in West Fargo. His number, 701-532-1020. He's there right now. Yes, he is. He's waiting for your phone call. Give him a call. We head to the Weather Cave now with Too Tall Tom Szymanski, and my goodness, that temperature from what I first knew, we were at 30 degrees at one point. We dropped 10 degrees in the past couple of hours.
Are you scared?
No, but it's crazy. Come on. Because when I was even said to Doug, it's like, my goodness, it's 30 out. And then all of a sudden I look over there, and then it was down to like 26 and 24. And it's like, what?
But that's what I said it would do.
I know, but we don't always listen to you. We don't always want to listen to you.
That's a great promo.
Well, if we don't like the